One of the things that we've been asked a bunch when you haven't been on the podcast, which you needed to be there for this, is like what to do in preparation for race day, right? So now we know sleep is one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yes, absolutely.
So what do you eat? What do you eat the day before? What do you eat the day of? What do you do? When was the last time you were training? Like,
so there's going to be a multitude of different ways to do this because everyone's going to have a little bit different, things that help them and whatnot. So like food, I can't like be ultra specific and be like, eat this, because everyone is going to eat something different that makes them feel a certain way. And also there's rituals in place, right? Like I only eat salmon the night before racing. I only eat pasta the night before racing. Everybody has their thing. However, everyone eating pasta the night before racing, thinking they're carb loading, is kind of silly. How to carb load actually takes like 5 to 7 days.
what?
It's not something that happens overnight. Yes, you are ingesting more carbohydrate, but the point of ingesting more carbohydrate to quote, quote, carb load is to get a higher level of stored glycogen, which is stored sugar essentially in your liver and your muscles. And that takes more than just one single day of consumption. If anything, consuming higher carbs the night before a race is going to spike your blood sugar levels, which is going to cause an insulin release, which is going to drain your energy down. So you got to be careful with the amount of carbohydrates sometimes the night before or even the day of a race, because you have a lot of stored energy already in your body. And if your stores are already high and you're trying to ingest more, it's going to go in your bloodstream. And if your blood has too much sugar in it, it'll become syrupy. You'll die. That's not good. So the body has mechanisms to balance that out so we don't die.
There's so many fallacies that like I was taught from my dad that they're all wrong. They're all wrong. Every single one of them is wrong.
Here's the thing is, once upon a time they were right. As a lot of science is evolving and changing all the time. And maybe 20 years from now, what I'm saying might be wrong because we know better and we know more. But it's just what we thought we knew was right, it was a little bit off. And we know better about the body and how it functions. So now we know that there's some better ways. The hard part is, and this actually goes all the way to like deep medical practices, it takes up to 17 years for new information to get cycled through undergraduate and graduate degrees, because it takes that long for like new books to be published. So information can be very old. Like even the info I learned in college and the books I used were old books. Therefore, the information I was being told, even though I was in college in 2013, was from 2000. Because
sounds
that
like my
information takes
argument
time.
with feet on the pegs. That's what I tell people too. It just takes a while. If you guys are enjoying these podcast clips and you want to watch full episodes, you can subscribe at club.themotoacademy.com.